No one understands my plight. The words I write, they don't bring life to the emotions that are bottled up inside. If I speak, I'm heard. But when I try to speak, my words escape me. My voice can't bring forth the fruits of my thoughts. Am I lost? A long time ago, I worked with the old man that had 75 years under his belt. He swallowed 14 pills daily. This is true. But those pills ain't nothing like the pills I have to swallow. See, because society tells me to open up my mouth and open up wide. And I say, open up your minds. You and I, we're part of the generation that is asked to associate the word breast with sex and not with baby. We're supposed to teach our children about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy in one breath and tell them not to lie in the next. No disrespect, but you and I, we're part of the generation that is asked to believe that 911 was the greatest tragedy of all times. Like this was the first time innocent lives were lost. But what about the mass genocide that had systematically destroyed a population of people? What about the murder of millions of brown-eyed brothers and sisters whose bones are at the bottom of some ocean somewhere? And how about the Native Americans that have been reduced to reservations and the names of professional baseball teams? And let's not forget to mention the Tuskegee experiment, when for the sake of science, this so-called civilized nation embraced inhumane acts and justified it as being for the sake of humanity. So fortunate for some and unfortunate for others, you reap what you sow. When we sow seeds of discord, we reap the Oklahoma bombing, we reap the Columbine shooting. When we sow seeds of racial inequality and we pump up the idea of America, the great civilized society, we reap police brutality, we reap the Amadou Diallos, we reap the nameless inner city so-called bad boys whose only claim to fame is the cars they drive, the girls they screwed, and the jail time they spent that made them hard. Yeah, it's hard to swallow. It's hard to swallow the statistical ratio of black men in jail compared to college, but I guess that's just another pill, right? So it's not that I'm arrogant, and it's not that I'm shy, it's that I see this world through a different set of eyes. And sometimes I feel like it's me and my view, and then there's everyone else. But I know that it's people out there who feel me. It's people who understand that if you're a woman, your worth, your value as a person isn't determined by how sexy you are. And it's not just about talking about being strong, because strength lies in actions. Speaking lip service to quench my appetite for recognition doesn't make me strong, no. My strength comes from supporting my man. My strength comes from raising my boys to be real men. My strength comes from not being intimidated by being the only African American in my program of study at the time. My strength is expressed in my unwillingness to bow down to conditions of work the American society places on me, because I don't have to be first and I don't have to be last. My hair don't have to be straight and my nails don't need to be painted. My college degrees aren't what makes me intelligent. I can think for